Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast, and today I will be talking about the Jets' victory over the Miami Dolphins this weekend, 40-17. So the Jets got two consecutive wins in the past two games. Zach Wilson had a great game. He had his first rushing touchdown of the season, and he also passed for 210 yards. He had 21 attempts for 14 completions. Breece Hall had another great game on the ground this week. He had 97 yards rushing on 18 attempts and 5.4 an average with one touchdown. And Michael Carter had 21 yards and 10 attempts on 2.1 average, but two touchdowns. And another great play by Breece Hall that made the game out of sight was when Breece Hall caught a pass from Zach Wilson and got all the way down to the 1 yard line, but he was stopped. If he lunged a little bit, he probably wouldn't have scored. Breece Hall had two receptions for 100 yards, so he easily had. That one play easily was like 60 or 70 or 50 yards. So that was pretty crazy. And I thought they played the pocket pretty well. I thought Zach Wilson had a lot of time to, he found guys open. I think he had a hard time finding Garrett Wilson this game, but I think the connection by Garrett Wilson. I think the connection between Garrett Wilson and Joe Flacco was better than Zach Wilson and Garrett Wilson. And the defense was outstanding that game. DJ Reed almost had a one-handed interception, but they ruled it on the field an incomplete pass. But Sauce Gardner got his first interception of his career, his NFL career. He reported to the Jets press conference that he was the only person on the team that didn't have an interception, and he got it. He had 3 tackles and 2 total, and the Jets had a couple sacks by Quentin Williams, John Franklin Myers, and Carl Lawson. Carl Lawson helped force a turnover, a fumble recovery by Quentin Williams. Quentin Williams hammered Tyreek Hill, and he was it was just crazy. And Zerline was nailed with the kicking. All around, I thought the Jets had a stellar game. I think this might have been my first game that the Jets won by 20 or more. Just how the past couple of years have been, it's been rough. They haven't been on a winning record in a while. And I also have a couple crazy stats for you here. It's the first time the Jets start the season at 3-2 for the first time since 2017. And the Jets snapped a 12-game division losing streak. So in the past, they probably lost to the Dolphins, Bills, Patriots, but the Patriots are not going to be a good competitor this year because Mac Jones is hurt and they're on the third-string quarterback, Zappe. And the Dolphins aren't great either. They don't got Sauce Gardner injured Teddy Bridgewater on the first play of the game when Sauce Gardner sacked Teddy Bridgewater in the end zone and he got hurt. That was a result in the safety because Teddy Bridgewater had a grounding penalty. The Jets also had 16 quarterback hits this game and 2 sacks, like I said. Carl Lawson and John Franklin Myers and Quentin Williams. And it was the Jets' first win against the division rival since toppling Buffalo in Week 17 of the 2019 season. Breece Hall became the first Jets rookie with 100 receiving yards and a rushing touchdown in the same game. And the Giants and Jets both have winning records for the first time since 2015. The Jets have outscored their opponents 79-20 in fourth quarters through first 5 weeks. The Jets have been killing it in the fourth quarter. I mean, like, in the first 2 games where, like, the opposing team's defenses were playing prevent defense, but the real, like, deal points actually came against the Dolphins. And the 2 comeback victories against the Browns and Steelers were also where they got some of the fourth quarter points from. And Zach Wilson this year is 2-0 so far. Maybe he can keep it going against the Packers this weekend. The Jets played with a lead from the beginning to end, something they hadn't done since Week 15 of the 2020 season, a league-high 23 games without a wire-to-wire win. So that's all I have for this this part of the Jets after they beat the Dolphins 40-17. But I'm going to talk a little bit about how the Jets played good defense against the Dolphins. So, their leading receiver was Raheem Mostert, 113 yards and 1 touchdown, 18 attempts. And Tyreek Hill didn't really have a great game. As you saw, the defense really played him well. And I thought that Jalen Waddle also, and I didn't think Jalen Waddle and Parker had a great game either. Jets stopped them. Well, that's gonna be it for this podcast. Thank you guys for listening to my podcast, and I will be making another podcast in the next week or so about this upcoming game this Sunday against the Packers, 1:00 at Lambeau. So we will see if the Jets will keep this 3-game winning streak going. Thank you guys for listening to my podcast. Stay tuned for my next podcast. Thanks, guys.